Hello, everyone. Warm welcome to this webinar. It's hosted by me. I'm Johan Nilsson. I'm founder and CEO of Startdeliver and Jecta AI. Great to have you. So this is going to be a webinar focused on Agentic AI for customer success and some key learnings from our side that we want to share. So if you're listening live, feel free to post questions while I run the webinar. I'll try to bring them up as we go along, or if I'll have some room for it in the end. If you're listening in on the recording, please feel free to reach out. You find us on LinkedIn or on our web. Just reach out and get in touch. So basically, we've been building and implementing and running Agentic AI now for more than 12 months with real customers. And we wanted to share some learnings, some real aha moments. And of course, there has been some roadblocks and some failures along the way. So you usually learn the most from those. So that's the agenda for today. But leading into this, I just wanted to introduce what we're doing here. So Startdeliver, we make a customer success platform, and we have built a customer intelligence model for AI, which we call Jecta. And Jecta is basically doing what is the key thing for running customer success. So if we step back and take a bigger view of things, when you work in customer success, you need to prioritize customers. You need to prioritize customers that need attention. And if you have a churn problem, you need to address the customers that have indicators of risk as early as possible, because then you have the highest potential to turn things around and basically retain them. But you also need to focus on customers that are struggling. You need to focus on customers that have good progress, and you have a lot of things that you could focus on. But the challenge here is to prioritize and understand which customers need my attention, which customer need my attention now, and that's always been the challenge. What's really exciting right now is that with AI you can get a lot of help. And we built Jecta here to do just that. And it's basically collecting all the data points you have. So you have data in various tools, systems. It can be CRM, it can be support tools, emails, it can be your own usage data, it can be your own backend, it can be your subscription management tool. You have data on your customers in several places. And a typical, if you don't have Jecta or Startdeliver, you usually try to find these things by yourself. But if you connect this to us, we will gather all that data and basically start syncing that data. And what used to be a challenge before was to make sense of it and set metrics and calculate and put math into that. But this is where AI has done doing great work for us now, because we have this intelligence layer that can look at all this data and look for it with using customer success eyes, basically. I'll show you this a little bit later, but we have this intelligence layer that basically looks at all your data and tells you who are at risk of churning, who are doing great, who are ready for an expansion. But that's not enough usually. It brings you almost all the way, but you will always have some edge and corner cases. You will have some specific customers that are in a different use case or have a different part of the product. You will have a segment of customers that are a little bit different, or a subset of users that are different. So you can always tune this intelligence layer. So you have a tuning layer on top where you, with natural language, can basically instruct Jecta to identify what make more sense of this. If this happens, then that's really important. Or vice versa, if this is not a critical event for this type of customer, this user. So that's the tuning layer. So this is where you can basically pull the levers and make it more adopted for exactly your use case. The output of the model is basically, it tells you, assess the customer for you, and it also suggests actions. So very simplified introduction just to what I talk about now when I talk about agentic AI for customer success. This is what we built, this is what we implemented, and I'll now go through some of the learnings of doing this. And to kick it off, we'll separate it into a few buckets here. Some will be around data, some will be around setup, and some will be about CSM, and some will be about customer-facing learnings. But let's hit it off with number 10 here. So number 10, we call it, you don't know what you don't know. And I think this has been one of the biggest aha moments by setting this up for customers. It's been that in all cases, our customers have been surprised by things they didn't know. The AI has picked up on things that they didn't know. And they were quite significant. It was not like it was some minor thing. It was actually quite significant ARR risks that was identified by the AI by looking at all these data points. So you don't know what you don't know. Even if you have already some context on your customers and you see usage, you see feedback, you see support tickets, it's still up to you to interpret this as a person, as a human. And you will always be biased in some way. So what's really interesting here is when you put Jecta onto all these data points, Jecta will not be biased. It will basically tell it as it is. And basically from a customer success point of view, you need to always be a little bit paranoid. You need to always be looking for potential risks. That's part of the job, basically. And Jecta will do that for you. So it will identify things that you might have missed. It might be a support ticket that's actually really, really critical. It might be the last email from our stakeholder, our decision maker. The sentiment of that email was actually bad, although we tried to play it down. So what you don't know, all of a sudden that will be transparent for you. And this is, I think, a big aha moment that we actually were surprised how much of things that the AI could find out that we didn't actually cover already. So I think that's number one here. And it was of course risks, but it was also, which I think is really important in the sense of customer success here, it also identified customers that were really doing well, and we were not driving new initiatives with those customers. So it's two sides to the coin here. It's one, looking at risks, but it's also very important that we pick up on customers that are doing well, but we are not driving more initiatives. Initiatives here being maybe they need to add more things. It's of course leading to expansion, but it's also more about helping them to get more out of our tool and our product. So like if we don't feed initiatives to customers that have progress, are using a lot in the platform already, those customers will plateau eventually, and they might lead to churn down the road, even though things look great now. So it's really important that we also pick up on customers that are having progress, but we're not driving initiatives. So this is number 10. Moving on to the next learning here. Next learning is about context. And I think everybody understands in the AI world, context is such a key thing. If you want an agent to do things in a great way, you need to feed it great context. I mean, asking ChatGPT or Claude to get help on a customer. The response will be, tell me more about the customer, right? And then you need to feed it more and more things, right? So what's been really interesting from our side here is that we've been using our model here, and context is super important to get it right, but it's not equal. And this is where I think one of our learnings were that we treated all context equally, and it made the model very slow. It made the assessment slow. But when we broke it down to pieces, and we told it to look for different things in different boxes or in different dimensions, we call it, it became faster and it became more accurate. So context is not equal. We have these 8 dimensions we look at when we do the assessments in our model, and we look at it in very different ways. For instance, emails and communication and messaging, that's a very timely thing. So it's very critical things that are happening close to where we are today, basically today. If you get an email today and it's a very negative email, that's going to be very important, and because it's timely, right? The email that we got 6 months ago about some issue, that's probably not as critical as something happening today. Versus if you look at usage, for instance, usage patterns take longer time to have real significance. So if you have 0 users logging in today, doesn't really mean a lot unless they are really, if you have a product that really needs high usage every day, right? So these dimensions have very different timely significance, but it's also very different how you assess these different dimensions. So context, you need context, but you need to think about it very differently depending on what context you're looking at. And another great finding and a really interesting thing we experienced here was that just connecting the inbox of a CSM and looking through all the email conversations, you could get quite far in assessing the health of a customer. So in one way, you can just feed very simple context and it will tell you a lot. But then to get really concrete or really depth in your assessment, you need, of course, usage. You need to understand the goal of the customer. If you have a consumption model, and more and more businesses now run on consumption, you need to understand the consumption pattern, and are they actually consuming what they should be consuming, and that's most likely very linked to their business goal or their business outcome. So you need to, of course, to get that data in as well, because that's also when you start identifying if this customer will be retained or not. But all these different sources of data, they play into the health assessment in different ways, and they basically, it's like laying a puzzle. The more you have, the more complete the picture will be. But I think a key thing here is also that very little or very small amounts of data can give you quite a lot to get going as well, which traditionally has been a problem for some to get an accurate health score at all. You had to do so many things, but now you can get going with quite few data points, and then you can refine and you can actually trim the model to get super accurate. Number 8 here. And I mentioned it already, but we have this model, and it's super effective in assessing customer health, and it's super effective in telling you why, but it's not going to be tailored to your exact setup, and this is where tuning comes in. And what I mean by tuning here is basically it's not about you having to do a super complicated math calculation or setting up some algorithms around health calculations, or that's old, right? That's going backwards. Tuning here is about natural language instructing the AI what to look for when it assess health of a customer. So our tuning layer is natural language, where you basically can say, hey, if this is a customer in onboarding and they are a public sector customer, then these things are really important. Hey, if this is a user, a super user in our fintech segment and they are using our analytics ABC product, then this applies. So you can be super specific and you can use natural language, and this will be fed into the assessment. And this has been a game changer because we launched our intelligence model and it will accurately assess the customer base. But then you go into a few customers and then you say, hey, yeah, but this is good, but it's not completely right. And then you can like fine tune it and get it right. And it's on the assessment thing, but it's also on the action. So, and this is where you as a leader, if you're leading a CS team, you can actually feed in your playbooks. You can feed in your way of working, and you can, of course, as you start using this will be updated automatically based on what works and not. But you can you can also instruct the Jecta basically to use your action playbook when it after assessing the health and it suggests action. You can also tune that part. So that's number 8. Number 7, this is a little bit technical, but I think it's also a very critical part, and I think it's going to be a major thing as everybody adopts more and more AI products, because cost is a new factor. Everybody who's buying any type of AI product knows that there is a cost associated from the LLMs, right? So a big learning from us and something we've been digging into deeply is utilizing the most efficient model for each task. So simply put, there are some models that are really strong on doing heavy work. Heavy work meaning maybe if I want to suggest a super efficient turnaround plan for this high key account customer of ours, I wanted to use the most powerful model. But if I want to just summarize an email, I don't need that power. So basically, different tasks require different models. And why does that matter? Well, that matters because that can bring the cost down. And that's something you get if you get Jecta here as well, that you get a super efficient cost structure. Because if you have to do this all by yourself, anyone who's been trying to run Claude Cowork, for instance, see how fast you burn through tokens. So it's in our interest, but it's also, of course, in the interest of our customers to keep this running efficiently. So that's learning number 7. Learning number 6, speaking of Claude and speaking of ChatGPT and MCP, we've been opening up for that. And I would say this is also a game changer, and we're going to see more and more agent-to-agent workflows. So it's going to be super cool to see how that plays out. Similarly, how API has been playing out previously. What we realized was, I mentioned Cowork, but it's similar if you try to do this in ChatGPT, is that to make it really efficient, if you want to work through one of the LLMs, you need the MCP needs to work in a smart way. You need to basically preset things so it's much easier for Cowork, for instance, to fetch things, and that's what we've been doing as well. So if you prefer to work through Cowork, or you prefer to work through some other AI product, you will be able to do that with our MCP. But it's going to be preset to do the things we expect you want to do, basically. So if you want to fetch risk customers, it's going to be very fast to fetch them, and it doesn't have to go through and make all the work we already done, basically. So I think that's a learning also from our side, that it's not just enough to set up the MCP. You need to work through how are the users of a Cloud Cowork, for instance, going to use this. So a lot more to come there. A lot of learnings there. This is new. I would say this is a greenfield area, and who knows how everybody's going to work with this. But From our perspective, we want to open up this to make it flexible so everybody can use it in every way they wish, basically. So that's learning number 6. Learning number 5. Yeah, so insights without action is just a dashboard. One of the things when we started Startdeliver, one of the things we avoided was to put up a numeric health score. A lot of our competitors, they did that, they had that, and I basically tried that in a previous company, and I thought it was useless. So if you have a score like 77 out of 100, I mean, of course, that tells you it's 77 out of 100. So maybe it's yellow or maybe it's green or whatever, but it doesn't really help you a lot, right? So what does 77 out of 100 mean, right? I mean, if you go to the doctor and the doctor tells you, yeah, you're 77 out of 100 healthy. Okay, why am I not 100, right? and that answer is the one you really want. Okay, yeah, you have asthma or you have whatever. That's the same with customers, right? So you don't want 77 out of 100 or 31 out of 100 or whatever. You want to understand what's going on here. Of course, it's meaningful to have some sort of a scoring in terms of good, fair, poor, because that tells you the high level picture. But if you get stuck with this health score number, that doesn't help you. So that's been always the case, and I think now we're arriving at a place where the insight can be really actionable. And I think this has been a huge learning for us as well, that the AI can make this readable for us. And I think just using natural language, just putting words to it. So basically, instead of just saying like this 77 over 100 or it's red, it tells you why it's red. And you can drill down. So we have an example here where we have a churn risk. It's shallow adoption with declining activity. And then you can drill down and you can see it deeper. Below that, we have like a drill down. Now it's a different scenario, but here it's usage and adoption is strong, right? So we can understand why is it strong? Why is it green? And I think this is where AI is really helpful, because it will tell you as a CSM, as a customer, as the responsible for the customer, how things actually are going without doing a lot of work. You have this at your fingertips. You can just see, why is this customer doing good or bad? And you will also have what I talked about just earlier, like the suggested action. Okay, this customer is at risk because they have poor adoption, shallow adoption. Now we need to do these things. So all of a sudden, insights become immediately actionable. And I think that's what we always been trying to do, but the AI has enabled this in a completely new way. So moving on, getting into number 4, learning here. One of the hypotheses of AI for CS was that we're going to make it super efficient. Finally, the CSM are going to be super efficient, and that's going to be the main value driver for using AI for CSMs. What surprised us, and what I think is really, really good, and I think it ties along with the efficiency part, is that we also seen across the board that the quality of the work goes up. So it's not just that they become more efficient, but it's also that the quality of the work the CSM is doing goes up. And how we realized this was that the most common question we got for everyone using the agent was basically, what did we say in the last meeting? What has happened on this customer? So basically, everybody is super busy. Everybody is going in and out of meetings and in and out of calls, and they're chasing their tail. That's the normal, I would say, status of a work for a CSM. And of course, you can say whatever you want about that, but that's the situation we're in. And having preparation done for you, having that served to you with a complete 360 assessment of what's been going on, what's been the history, what's the trend, what's the adoption of the platform, and combining that with ideas on what you should be doing, and getting that accurately, timely, so you have enough to prepare. You have that served to you going into a call or sending out the agenda for the call for tomorrow or next week. That brings the quality of the work up. And what we also seen is that a lot of times these check-ins are very much problem-oriented. They are, yeah, okay, I'm checking in to see if that integration is working for you now. Very little is talked about the business side of things. And by having Jecta suggesting things and helping you put words and put a presentation and put ideas and benchmarks and use cases around these ideas or like business goals, that helps as well. So I think I'm super excited about how the quality of the work is going up. Doesn't mean the CSM don't know this. Doesn't mean that they don't know their things. Just helps them prepare, helps them refine, helps them remind them of what a great business meeting with a customer looks like. So I think that's been a huge upside of running this agentic AI for CS as well. Number 3, and I think this is where things are going to speed up a lot going forward from our side. Since the agent suggests actions, and since we have all the data on the customer and we can track the usage, we can track the progress, we can track how they're performing and how they're tracking on their goals, we can actually also see clearly and inform the Jecta on how impactful our actions actually are. And this is something that's going to happen real time. So we're going to see, okay, we had a training with the customer that moved the needle quite a lot. We had a business review with the customer, nothing happened. We sent an email and a product marketing email, nothing happened, and so on. So all those things will be basically utilized in this suggested action library we have. So the agent will not suggest actions that have low impact. And this is going to be a learning process, and it's going to be, of course, it's going to play out over time. But I think this is also one way to improve our efficiency and the quality of the work we do. So I still think this is a little bit early days. And to be honest, this is going to be something that will happen more and more, because we need to you need more and more data. You need to be more and more clear on what's actually have impact, and you need that over time. But this is a super interesting way for CS teams to be more accurate in what they suggest and what they do, because I know for a fact that a lot of times we spend a lot of we do a lot of things, but we don't know what's actually moving the needle and what's actually making a difference for the customer. And a lot of the early data we see now is that more and more of these physical meetings, having a real meeting in person, has a big impact. That's been just in a few use cases we've seen. That's been like something that sticks out from the rest. There's a lot of emailing going on. Very very hard to track what actual kind of impact you get from emails. Emails is usually a complement to other actions. That's also some early findings here. Moving on, number 2. This is something I'm very thrilled about as well. Leading a CS team is usually a very operational job. You usually are in a lot of customer meetings. You are in a lot of product meetings. Maybe you're in sales handover meetings. You're in onboarding discussions. You're all over the place. Very operational. It's hard to be on top of things. and you actually become a bottleneck. You know, you have this team of 10, 15, 20, or 100 CSMs working for you, or working, you're the leader of, but how are they doing? How are they performing? Who is stressed? Who is overwhelmed? Who is performing? Who is nailing it? Who is like bringing in most of the revenue? That probably you see, but there's so many things happening below the surface that you as a leader have no chance of keeping up with. So one of the super cool things now with Jecta is that you can, of course, prompt it to ask anything about your customers, but you can also do that for your team members. So you, as a leader, can start asking, okay, who in my team is dropping the ball, for instance. If you want to be a little bit harsh, you can say, hey, who is not focusing on the right customers right now? Or who has too many things open? Or who is falling behind and not responding to emails, or not following up on meetings? Who needs help? Who has some important meetings coming up with some big ARR customers that I need maybe to support in? So using Jecta as your lever to understand what's going on in the team is such a big win here as well. And this is something I believe is going to be even more important, because you can listen into just so many calls, but if you can get the quick summary of everything what's going on, then you will be much more on top of things, and you can help. And I mean, the outcome of a great leader is the outcome of the team. So if you can optimize for the team performing in every day, every week, of course that's going to be you performing. So I think that's a super interesting learning here as well, that there's a lot in this, not just for an individual CSM, but it's also a lot for you as the leader. All right, wrapping up, we want to share a little bit ROI findings as well, and we're going to be very honest here. It's not enough data yet to tell the big stats. We're of course seeing some NRR improvements, but as you know, there's so many things that goes into the NRR number, all from everything from market conditions to product to history and so on. But some of the concrete things we've seen is that teams that running agentic AI, they seem to get higher output. Higher output meaning more meetings. We also see that in some cases there's been significantly more customers per CSM under management, hopefully under good management, but that's to be seen, right? But I believe that's going to be the case, that you with an agent supporting you in all things, you can manage more customers, you can have more meetings in front of your most important decision makers, and that's going to move the needle. So those are a little bit concrete things we see in the numbers. More anecdotal, more like subjective, maybe I would say, things is that we get the feedback we get is that people feeling more in control. It's been usually one of the reasons for stress is that people don't feel in control. So both like control that you have, your day-to-day tasks, you get help with the prep and the follow-up, and you don't miss things. That makes you feel in control. And as I mentioned just in the previous one as well, the leadership feel more top of the business, right? You know what's going on. You have the finger on the pulse on all things going on with the customers in a much bigger way. So these are some ROI you can expect. I'm 100% convinced that there will be the real NRR improvements showing in the numbers from this, but we need more data, we need more time to show you that. Great, a little bit over time here. Thanks everybody for joining, and hope to see you all soon.